Don't be afraid, John.
Don't be afraid of your freedom, people. Let your voice be heard. Don't let nobody silence you. You don't want to know why?
Because I'm free to do whatever I want. Dua
Any old
Lipa's
time,
awesome.
boys and girls, we're free.
I love Dua Lipa.
Yep. To do what you want any old time. Don't let anybody silence you. Free talk today, baby.
Free talk. I love it.
Oh, there might be a lot of feelings hurt today, boy.
Oh, no. Hey, did you put us public?
Yes, I did. I'll double check again, though. Yeah, let me double check.
Yeah, double check.
Yeah, there might be a lot of feelings hurt today, Danny K. But guess what?
Oh, shit.
It's all good up. It's all good up in the hood, boys and girls. Let's make sure this is.
Yeah, we're not public yet.
I got Ed. Boom, 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 boom. Hold up, kids. Come on now. All right, hold on. Let me get things under control. I'm a little shungad right now. Edit privacy. We're going public. Done. All right, Danny. You got it? Let's see. What's going on, guys? Hold on 1 second.
Let me cancel out. And then let me go back in.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Jon Koga here with some technical difficulties, but it's all good up in the hood.
Not really technical. Nope.
We're good?
I'm still not seeing public.
Hold on.
I'm seeing friends.
On, kids. Let me see what's going on here. I got it on public. Hold on, guys. Just trying to hook up the Facebook social media pages. 1 second. Of course, my phone probably froze on me. All right, hold on. Let's try this again.
But I like that. I like that new thing. It's like live, but it's in your stories. It's live. I like that.
Is it really? All right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I haven't gone live in a minute.
Let's see. Hide post. No. Share video. I don't even see edit privacy right now. What happened with that? Is it not on? All right. Now I'm getting aggravated.
Click the three dots, dude.
I did, and it's saying save your video. What do you?
Okay, then click on the Oh, I don't know. Okay,
bear with us, guys.
Never mind.
Bear with us. So what? It's only on my page right now. You can't share it.
Well, if I share it, they can watch it while we're doing this. But then once we close out, then it goes to you can't share it.
Let's see. Hide
or
video.
You can't do it.
Save video. Manage your feed. Let me put the bifocals on for this one. Hide post, save video, report live, add to, there's no,
okay. Well, let me just share it. I'll share it to my page, and when we're done, go back in and change it. Hopefully you can change it.
Let's see what we got. Let's try to share this. Guys, bear with us. I know you guys listening for the first time. He's probably like freaking nails running down a chalkboard, but we do apologize, all right? Let's see what we got here. Let's go to
because they change shit all the time when
Facebook
this
sucks, man. Facebook completely sucks ass.
I mean,
he said sucks ass. Did I offend anybody, kids?
It's good for some things. It's good for some things, but Mark Zuckerbuck is a suckerbuck.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? What is going on? Welcome. KFit Talk podcast coming at you live from the KFit Talk closet up here in Long Island, New York. Jon Koga, got Danny K, my partner down there in Westminster, Maryland. You guys love her. You know her. If you don't, you're going to by the end of this, probably within the next 30 seconds to a minute.
You might not if it's free talk.
No, that's all right. It's all good.
You might not like me.
Danny, I'm tired of being PC, Danny. Tired of it. That was Dua Lipa, free to do whatever you want. We play that with every free talk. This has become a subscriber's favorite. Speaking of, if you haven't already done so, this is a podcast, kids. You guys get spoiled by seeing our pretty faces on the social lives, but it's all good. So get your phone out, okay, and get to wherever your podcast platforms are being held, whether it's Google Play, Apple, Spotify. Go to KFit Talk with Jon Koga and Danny K. Hit subscribe. No, smash subscribe. All right. We're at season 6, episode 9. Insane. And this is free talk where we just ride it. We just, whatever pops into our head, we go with it. All right. So you guys love these free talk. We do them once a month. I think we're a couple of weeks past due, but that's okay. And I'm excited, Danny. A lot to talk about. What's going on down there? Introduce yourself to our peeps. Danny K.
Well, first of all, like I am a gym owner, personal trainer. I am like gym cleaner. I am you know, all that stuff. But I'm also my own t-shirt company. Get you
Oh,
a muscles and tattoos shirt from x-y-tees
plug it,
dot
plug it, girl,
com.
plug it. See if you can
XYTs,
get,
baby.
plug it. See if you can get me some plugs for this hairdo too. While you're
Yeah.
plugging it, I don't need
Yeah,
the
right.
plugs yet, but not yet.
Stop wearing the fucking hats, dude.
Couple more years, dude. It's bedhead. It's bedhead. Shit, I might let that hair. Next week, I'm gonna wear that shit down. I'll look like Flabio. Okay, you want to look? Want me to look like Flabio?
Labio.
What's up, Danny?
What's up?
How'd Justice like her birthday?
Good, yeah. She had all kinds of treats, snacks, and all that stuff.
All right, I just hit done, but it's not allowing me to go public. I'm still trying to dick around with this thing, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, he said DICK, Danny. Oh my God, they're gonna come at me all week. You got a vulgar mouth, you arrogant.
Did you see that UFC fighter
Oh,
that
these
was
people. They know who I'm
saying?
talking about, kids.
Did
Anyway,
you
go ahead.
see listen to me. Shut your
Listen.
trap. Did you see that UFC fighter that was like going off?
No. Which
No,
one?
no.
Wait a
Should
minute.
I play it? Should I play it?
Male
Should
or
I play the
female?
video? Male.
All right, I think refresh my. I think I might have saw it late night on TV.
No.
Might have been.
Well, I
today.
don't think you did.
What about being PC? You mean?
No.
All right.
No. Shut your pie hole.
Shut that hole into my nose.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it.
Shut that
Where's
spot
it at?
under your nose. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Where is my Oh man, I thought I saved it. Maybe I didn't.
Right
Keep
now.
talking.
Keyboard warriors are going crazy right now.
Keyboard warriors.
Sending subliminal messages to me. Jon Koga sending me subliminal messages. I know it. I'm gonna have fun with this motherfuckers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you call me mother effers. All right,
you're on a you're on a roll, man. You're on a roll. It's time to go solo.
Comment, screenshot. God bless you. It
was a cough. You will know my sneeze when I sneeze. Trust me on that one. You will know my sneeze. I am still trying to find this. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Go ahead. What do you got?
My NFT, you're looking at the guy. That's the reason that college athletes and high school athletes are getting paid today.
Listen.
Mr. Influencer to influencers.
Listen.
Secondly, Jimmy Kimmel, viral this. I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. And until they release the flight logs, you, the mainstream media, Hollywood, are all pedophiles to me. Eat dick.
Wait a minute.
Am I canceled yet.com?
What?
Am I canceled yet.com?
What?
They want to cancel Jon Koga too, but I'm gonna have some fun with you. I'm gonna
what?
Like the marionette with the strings, boys and girls. You play with fire, you burn your fingers. What's going on, Danny?
That guy, the announcer guy didn't know. That announcer guy didn't know what the hell to do. Like he was like, yeah. He come back. Am I canceled yet.com?
Awesome. Hey, listen, that's why like even Kid Rock said, you can't cancel me, man. You can't. There's certain people you can't cancel, okay? And then they're the ones that let me give an apology because even though in my heart of hearts I know I wasn't wrong, but society wants me to conform or a group wants me to conform. So I'm going to offer my deepest apology to you right now. Yeah, hold your breath, Pete.
Jon, you are on a roll, and I'm thinking we just need to dive into what the hell is on your mind, chest.
No. I'm glad you brought. I'm just talking in general because
I know, but I'm feeling this.
Well, last week's podcast we did Be Who You Are, and we had some great feedback on people getting back. Say, Jon, I'm so glad you guys talked about that because I'm stuck in my comfort zone. I'm trying to be who I am, but I feel like I always got to conform and listen to, have people try to change my mind and my heart to something I'm not. And I'm just kind of piggybacking off what we talked last week on Be Who You Are and getting out of your I'm not being specific to one group of people, but some people with a guilty conscience now, like it's me, it's Mary Jane in freaking in the south of France. It's it's Pete over in in Boise, Idaho. Guilty conscience, man.
And sorry if there's a Pete in Boise, Idaho
Yeah, we
watching.
love you, Pete.
It might not be you, Pete.
If it don't apply, let it fly, kids. All right. So yeah, no, that's what I'm talking. No, I'm not being specific to one person or group of people, but if it hits home, then listen, then I hit home.
You know, I mean, if the shoe fits Cinderella.
Hell yeah, no doubt. So Danny, I tell you what, I think we're at August 30th today, 2022,
Yeah.
and then the summer flew by. I know you're out and about, and you obviously always enjoy your life and enjoy yourself and treat yourself.
I have not gotten a vacation in 5 years, but you know, like, I mean, it whatever.
I hear you. Well, listen, you know what? You're constantly in the state of grind, and you're constantly in the state of helping people, whether it's at Danny K's gym, your guide daughter, your friends, you're always justice. You're always there. There's going to be a big vacay coming up for us, Danny. Trust me. I got some things on the burner that are going to take off. There's going to be a big vacay. You deserve it and you need it. To get your mind away from Danny K Gym and Wellness, though, is going to be the hard part. You're going to be looking at those cameras 24/7. So I'm going to have to steal your phone.
Nah. I've 5 years ago, I went on vacation and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do any work. And I didn't do any work. Like I left it sit, except for it was Friday morning. And I got all these freaking emails and texts because Gold's Gym here in Westminster closed. And for some reason, I just said, you know what? Hey, to my web guy, I'm like, can you put my code in? So that, just in case somebody wants to join online or whatever, when I'm away, like it'll be easy peasy. Right. So, sure. Okay. Well, I didn't think, but then that Friday morning it was blowing up and they were like, I need to join your gym. And I was like, okay. So I was like, sorry guys, I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a little bit of work. You know what I mean? Like they were like, you said you weren't going to work. And I'm like, when opportunity knocks, boy, I'm going to be like, I'm open up the door, say, come on in. You want a cup of coffee?
That's
so,
right.
I mean, I had to jump on. I got on live and I told people like, here was the promo code, to get the zero enrollment. You want to join, blah, blah, blah. You can join, get your code right then and there. Boom, boom, boom. So I had to go live and I did a little bit of work, but that was what, that was like 6 days into it. Right. So, I mean, I can go without checking in because I feel comfortable and confident in the people that I have looking after my gym, my house, my dog, like all that stuff. I feel confident and comfortable that, people will run it and work it the way Danny K would.
All right. So let me ask you this. Outside of being in Facebook jail, what's the longest you went without posting on your socials?
I don't know. I mean, because like I do that for fun. I do that for business, and I do it. A lot of times people are like, why are you always checking in places? Because I'm giving small local businesses props and, like their own, what do you call it?
PR firm.
Like not acknowledgement, but yeah, like, like, hey guys, like, I'm not trying to tell people where I'm at. I'm boasting about the business.
You're very big on promoting local businesses.
And it's promotion of the business, not, hey, I'm at Sergio's eating a pizza. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I'm not trying to let you know that, but I'm trying to let you know, hey, come to Sergio's. Sergio's open. Sergio's has the best grilled romaine, grilled chicken, salad kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like promoting. I mean, so, and no, I don't get endorsement from any of that, but I'm doing it because they're local businesses that you want to help out, right?
Absolutely.
I would love, there's a lot of people that come into Danny Cajun Wellness and don't check in. Some people don't want to let people know that they're at the gym. But I'm so grateful for people that do check in, at my gym and, say I'm getting workout in, or like they'll take a, Troy does it all the time on Sundays. He'll take a picture of his watch, his workout and, and check in at Danny K Gym Wellness or whatever. Even if they check in afterwards, it after they're gone, you know what I mean? So like people get, oh, they're so-and-so's at such and such place and, go bombard them or whatever, you know what I mean? Do it after they're done, but check in and, promote that, especially it's a small local business, promote that local business because I mean, you'll sit there and say, "Ooh, I just got my best pair of Nikes day and blah blah blah. Well, Nike doesn't give two shits whether you know what I mean. Like
Right.
your
Right.
post and your check-in
Yo,
at
hashtag that Nike.
White
Yeah.
Marsh Mall or whatever doesn't give them but
Yeah.
it benefits the small business. So like when you check in, do a post, check in at that small business or when you're leaving, check in that you were there.
Yep.
So that you're giving the small business promotion. Like Nike doesn't need you.
We should, Danny. We should do for the month of September. The person on both ends, for Koga and for you, that does the most check-ins, we'll send them a free T-shirt. Why don't we do something like that?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Most
yeah.
check-ins on social media. All right, guys, you heard it here first. If you guys aren't local, and which many of you aren't, you're listening, and we want to welcome all of our listeners all over the world. I got the list. I'll probably read it off by the end of the podcast. But thank you guys for joining us from all over the world. And if you follow us on social media or you don't, we'll plug you too. You guys can just hashtag Koga Fitness or Danny K Gym and Wellness, and we'll check the hashtags as well. And I'll have no problem mailing you guys a shirt to Angola, to Australia. Speaking of Australia, I got to make a shout out to, oh God, there's a new chain of gyms that are opening up in Australia that reached out to me to bring Koga back, to certify Koga. Now I have Koga being taught right now in Lifestyle Gym. Where's that hat? I think I have that hat around.
Okay.
Lifestyle Gym in Australia right now. But a new chain of gyms reached out to me with interest about bringing Koga there. Now, just so those guys that many of that listening to this might not have been to Australia, I literally from New York to Australia, it's a 26-hour flight. Okay, I went for the weekend. And you lose a day either going or across the international date line. So
Good
I
night.
went to Australia for the weekend, man. It was crazy, but I love the people in Australia. They were nothing but great to me. Shout out to Paul and Alyssa Manera, who really put the whole thing together down there with Bring It On Sports in Australia. The ones that got me there and helped, do our certification. I haven't spoken to them in a while. I think I got to reach back out to them. But if you're in Australia, make sure you support Alyssa and Paul Manera, Manera, from Bring It On Sports. Danny, in Australia, I got to tell you guys, this was fascinating to me. So in Australia, what Bring It On Sports is, and this is free talk. I had no idea we were going to discuss this. So in Australia, in Sydney, I don't know about the other parts of Australia, but like you have these what do they call them here? After school activities, they call them intramurals. These intramural activities, but they hire people like me and you, fitness people, that come in and you bring your instructors and the school pays you. Like the gym teacher doesn't do it. Like, it's a great concept, and Bring It On Sports does everything from Koga, yoga, Zumba. They also real big on, they call it gridiron football. Paul Manera, I'm giving Paul a plug. I haven't spoken to him. Hopefully Paul's listening. He was actually
why don't you tag him?
Yeah, I'm going to tag him. Paul was a rugby guy in Australia. Good dude, big dude. He ended up going to Hawaii, to University of Hawaii, to play American football, which we call NFL football. And Paul fell in love with it. He brought it back to Australia, and he started this great league called Gridiron Football in Australia. So I got to give Paul and Alyssa a plug. They were nothing but welcoming to me, inviting to me. They spent their hard-earned money to bring me down there. And, when I got this little inbox from Australia, I said, maybe it's time to get Danny. Speaking of vacations, this might be the one for us. That would be awesome. So anyway, shout out to our Australian peeps. If you're from Australia, make sure you drop us a comment. All right. Or make sure you follow us on social medias and the podcast. I'm out of breath.
Something else happening at Danny K Gym and Wellness. I'm getting ready to do a post about it. So Ryan Jacobs, I'm going to tag him in this right now. So big shout out to Ryan. He doesn't like to call himself a semi Jacobs. There we go. He does not like to call himself a semi pro boxer, but he's a boxer and he's got a fight coming up October 1st.
Right.
And they want him to go pro, but there's a lot of politics and stuff that he's not, he doesn't gel with. So he's just doing it. But he's going to be starting boxing classes here. So
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got to do a post about it. So I mean, he hits that speed bag and
nice.
all that stuff. So and
course,
I mean,
man.
He's a good looking dude. He's got tats all over the freaking place, but he's a good looking dude, and he's
Don't be
he's
cheating on
centered.
me, Danny. Don't be
He's
cheating on me, Danny.
he's centered and just really like just a really good dude. You know what I mean? He's
I like
had,
to hear that, man.
some trials and tribulations like us all, but some more so than others. But he's got his act straight, and he's I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be bringing. So look
Awesome.
for that post, y'all.
Yeah, so we, Danny, so like we said, it's coming to the end of the summer right now. We like to say endless summer, man, because you don't want it to die out. But guys, so those of you that are listening right now, if you took the summers off, and yeah, summer you want to be outside, which is great. Like Chris Oz says, shout out to Chris. We miss you too, brother. If you're moving, you're winning. Hopefully this summer you're out there moving. You're out there just doing something outside, just something to create circulation, as we like to say. As I like to say, circulation is the best medication. Knock out some of those kinks and ailments with some nice activity, But many of us, are busy with kids and family and trips and this and that, and you kind of put your fitness journey on hold, and you always want to start back, which I get it. It's if I had a penny for every time Danny and myself heard people that did that, yeah, it doesn't make you a bad person. We don't really believe in that. We don't support that. But if you're going to come back in this September, we want to welcome you guys in open arms, and we want to make sure we set you guys on the path to success. So if you need Danny or my help as far as training is concerned, videos, workouts, nutritional tips, you got to reach out to us, and let's get you on a program. All right, we can do it right online. All right, Danny, what do you got thinking now? Same thing, right? Do you see? And first of all, August in our industry is notoriously slow. It just is because of vacations and school.
And do you remember? I think when I had another trainer here, and I was like bitching and complaining because my August was slow.
Yeah.
Danny K is not slow in August. Danny K is typically steady all year. This is a busy time for me. Like, I mean, believe it or not, some people are, flexing off and, taking vacations and stuff like that, or their work is picking up, so they have to cancel some, reschedule some sessions or whatever. But, I mean, I'm pretty steady all year round. I don't, unfortunately, I don't get an influx like at January 1st and all that stuff, like a lot of typical. I'm steady all year round, which I'm grateful for. With training, with memberships, yeah. Do I want some influx? Yeah, I want some influx. I would like to have, a few more. I would like to have a few more members than what I got, but we're still killing it and stuff like that. But I'm steady. August does not slow down for me, except for that, a couple of years ago. What was it, 4 years ago? And you were like, Danny, like August. And I was like, nah, it doesn't slow down for me. And pretty much it doesn't. So the only time that it ever slowed down was like 4 years ago. It slowed down for me, just in that month of August, which then picked up, and through the pandemic, it slowed down, obviously.
Yeah.
But
she said plan, PLAN, pandemic. I love that. But Danny, you know what that is? That's a testament to who we are. And I got to make a shout out to all of our clients and following members that always support us. I picked up 3 or 4 or 5 new clients already in August. New members at the studio at Koga taking classes. Shout out to all my new members. You guys know who you are. Hey Danny, I got to support the Long Island Ducks. But I know when you're 35 years old, like myself, can we still wear baseball hats back? I don't think you're supposed to wear baseball hats backwards anymore, right? When you're 35.
Why? I mean, it doesn't fucking matter, right? You do you, right?
That's the answer. That's the answer I was looking for. All right, so I'll contemplate. I haven't worn a baseball hat backwards in 5 years since I'm 30 years old, but I figured let me just, I'm supporting the Long Island Ducks baseball team up here in New York and Long Island. So, all right, I guess I'll go away with it. Drop your comments. At 35, you probably shouldn't wear Jenkos or baseball hats backwards. But anyway, even though
35, I'm more offended by you saying you're 35 than I am with your hat wearing backwards.
What's the problem with that? Be who you are. Is that what we say?
Yeah, I identify as a 35-year-old. I'm 50 something, but I identify as a 35-year-old.
She's lying. She's not 50. So listen, but going back to what you're saying, we have to shout out. We always do to our members, Danny, and our clients that keep us going, through their tough times. They just feel like, and guys, just so you guys know, like even Danny will tell you this, like you've been clients of ours for many, many years. Or if you want to become an online client, or you want to be, you know, you want to join Danny K Gym and Wellness or Koga Fitness Center, you know, you hit turbulence in life, you hit patchy roads, you hit, you know, full on hard times with financial. Danny and myself are the kind of people where the worst thing you can do when you have to divert your money elsewhere is to stop working out. The working out part, the sitting with Danny, forget sitting on a couch for $250 an hour or $75 copay. Sit on Danny K's incline bench with her, okay, for that $100 set, whatever it is a session, okay? You're gonna get more out of it. So the point I'm trying to make is that you have to speak to your trainer. And if your trainer makes it all about money, you better get yourself a new trainer. And I don't mean it's a business. Don't get me wrong. Don't write out, you know, 3 or 4 10-packs for saying I'm going to pay you when my income tax money comes and it's only July. You know what I'm saying? Don't give us that shit. But the worst thing you can do when you're using that me time, because personal training classes, it's me time for you. And yes, you got birthdays, you have graduations, you got to just be upfront. You know, we don't air any of your stuff out in public. It's all confidential with Danny and myself. And say, guys, you know, it's embarrassed. Sometimes you feel embarrassed, but you don't have to with Danny and myself. All right. We'll figure it out for you guys. Many of my listeners right now, my clients know that I've been doing that for years. But don't take our kindness for weakness. Don't think you're gonna write it out and then 2 weeks later pull up in your new freaking your new Tesla, okay? Drinking your $12 cups of Starbucks and you're still $1,500 in the rears on your personal training packages. That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying, Danny? But speak to us. We're here. You need this. You need fitness, health, and wellness in your lifestyle. It's the best medication. It's the best me time. And you want to get some results as well, you're going to get your freaking results with us, all right? I am not the father. Oh, no, not those results. Jon Koga. I was on Maury one time.
What about the spot? How's the spot going?
What spot? On my nose? Is there a spot on my nose? Is there a spot somewhere?
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
The spot.
Oh, wait a minute. I might get cancel. I mean,
yeah, right. The spot is doing great, Danny. So shout out to all my amazing, wonderful, and
hold on one second.
I'm going to talk to my people, to all of my amazing, wonderful. I'm not being sarcastic right now. Supporters and patron and people that come, patrons, excuse me, to eat at the spot. All right, we got a few restaurants right now, you guys know, and we're really happy to have a few spots on Long Island opening up as well. In the next 2 or 3 months, we have 1 or 2 more by January, 1 more in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, shout out to the people, my customers and my patrons at the spot, my amazing staff at the Spot Cafe, Long Island. All right, can't do it without you guys, Nikki, John Munson. You know, you guys are killing it and crushing it over there. You know, we hit some turbulence, we hit a little rocky waters, but you know what? With every dark day, there's a sunrise that comes up, and you once again, you know. But Danny, thanks for asking. It's going well.
But again, you're not growing if you're not hitting any, you know, like bumps or whatever. You're not growing through anything, right? So
that's right.
You know, people tend to look at, like, you know, speed bumps or obstacles or whatever, you know, as like, oh, I'm failing, or oh no, not, you know, no, like you know, they're supposed to be put there because that's teaching something. You know, connect the dots backwards, and you look back and you're like, oh, well, if that and that didn't happen, this wouldn't have come true.
Wait, Danny, say that again. Say that again.
What?
Connect the dots back.
Connect the dots back. I can't take credit for that. That's Steve Jobs. And I will tell y'all, go to YouTube and search Steve Jobs connect the dots backwards. That is one of the most amazing speeches. He did it at some college.
I gotta watch.
And I'm telling you what, that is freaking amazing, because he talks about how I think he was adopted and so forth, and they promised that they would put him through college. Well, he was like, I don't want to go through college. I don't want to do college. Yeah. And so he was like, you know, like he'll, I'm paraphrasing a great deal, and I might be missing, you know, skipping some stuff, but he quit school and quit college. And then he was like, you know what? I think it's a lot better if, you know, like I just do something that I would like. And I like calligraphy. So he went and took calligraphy. Well, don't you know that the different fonts on Apple was because Steve Jobs took calligraphy?
No way.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, right. So, I mean, But this speech is like so freaking powerful. And it's like you don't know what you're doing right now, right? You don't know the effects of what's going on right now. But then
Right.
when you get 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, and you look back, you connect the dots backwards, and those dots got you where you're here,
I
where
love
you
it.
are right now.
I love it.
And
You
I
know,
love it. Connect the dots backwards.
I love so guys, check this out. Let's bring up. I'm not a really big movie guy, neither is Danny, but she had mentioned Steve Jobs. I got to watch that. So check this out. So shout out to one of my clients, Paul. Paul, good, just a good dude, hardworking guy. Just really, he's going through some shit right now. He's got to get surgery on his brachialis on his wrist, and yet he's still trained. He didn't find an excuse to not train. All right, guy's in pain. Cortisone wore off. He doesn't give a shit. This is therapy. Blah blah blah. So Paul's like, hey, John, if you watch, I go, dude, I've been paying for Netflix for freaking 20 years. I've watched 2 shows on Netflix. I can't watch anything. I just can't. Obviously my daughter watches it and whatnot. It's on for the house, whatever. So he said, you got to go check out. He knows I like music. All right. So grabbed my attention. He goes, bro, you got to, and if you guys have watched this, drop a comment. He goes, go watch Woodstock 1999. The Woodstock. I go, now it's a New York guy. So I was actually supposed to go to that Woodstock event, but I didn't. All right. Dude, Danny, it was sick when you see the behind the scenes footage of the shit that went on. If anybody went to Woodstock 99 or even Woodstock 69 or 64, whatever it was, drop us a comment, man, because you got to watch that documentary. All right. It was just badass. It was just, now I'm not condoning obviously drugs and ecstasy and sex and all that good stuff, but all bad stuff, I should say. But, it was crazy. I mean, the live performances with Korn and just so many amazing groups that I absolutely love were just priceless. So that leads me to I got to tell you. So when I logged on, this might have been on Hulu, Hula Hoop, whatever it's called.
Hulu.
I log on.
I have Hulu. I do not have Netflix because George Soros owns that, and I'm not giving him any money.
Yeah, well, then I got to shut mine down too. So listen, maybe it was on, maybe it was Netflix. Do you guys know who this was? Oh, dude, this was crazy. Train wreck. Do you guys know McAfee antivirus? You know the McAfee antivirus we have on our computers?
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Okay, are you ready for this? No, that's what I thought. Danny, hold on. That's what I thought. Did you, Danny? I think you muted yourself.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so check it out. So there's a show, and some of you guys are probably saying, "Oh, should I watch it?" There's a program, a show, a doc, whatever you want to call it, on either Netflix or Hulu. It's called John. It's about John McAfee, the guy that created the McAfee virus. You gotta watch this freaking train wreck. The guy literally gets accused of murdering his neighbor over his dogs being loud or whatever the case may be. He goes down to Belize. He lives in multimillionaire, goes down to Belize, does a full documentary on himself, doesn't care. The government's chasing him. He's hopping from state to state, doesn't care. Freedom of speech, free talk. That's why I'm bringing it up. And I don't want to give it away, but you got to watch this documentary. He's getting his 70s right now. Married, was dating an 18-year-old Guatemalan girl, leaves that one, goes to the next country, starts dating this 20-year-old goes to Miami, starts dating this 20-something-year-old former prostitute.
Was he on the flight logs?
He's definitely probably on the flight. Matter of fact, he bashed a few of them. Though I'm gonna leave it at that. He bashed a few. So guys, check that out. John Matt, we're talking free talk here, so I wanted to bring it up because he's big on freedom of speech. People like, dude, and he made a mistake. So just one thing that he did make, he had a full crew with him, right? Video and everything, every move he makes. They wanted to post something up on Twitter, right? So the guy he tells his guy, make sure you send a screenshot, not a live picture, because it's stamped where your location is. Well, the guy didn't send a screenshot. Just so you guys know, send screenshots. And sure enough, he gets the feds are on him and the Interpol and all this other shit. But check those two documentaries out. I think you guys will either like them, hate them, or say it's a train wreck like I thought. I know, Danny, you're not. Danny, you said we got to talk about this Charlie Ward guy. Charlie.
I love Charlie Ward.
Dude, tell him what you sent me on Charlie Ward. It's free talk, Danny. Tell him who you sent me on Charlie Ward.
Well, it was Charlie Ward had posted a video up of Derek Johnson. And Derek Johnson is a former military, loves the country, loves God.
Great video.
And so like, I mean, he just, if anybody listening wants to hear, because he lays it all out, he speaks truth. And
He
he's
knows the
on Facebook.
Constitution. He knows the Declaration. He knew everything verbatim.
He knows everything. Like, he knows the law, he knows military law. Military law is different than just
Yep.
regular law.
Yep.
So Derek, Derek Johnson, he's on Facebook, and
Very awesome.
he does lives all the time, and he did an hour and a half live spewing facts. And a lot of it, like, I follow Kelly Brady and Kelly Brady / Nancy Drew. She's Kelly Brady on Facebook, which she's got so many accounts on Facebook because she keeps getting canceled, kicked off, and all that stuff. So she has to create another Facebook page and stuff like that. But she's on Telegram. If anybody's on Telegram, follow her, Nancy Drew. And she's down in DC every freaking day. And so everything that you see or don't see on the news, she's proving right or wrong because she's down there. And so some of the stuff that he was saying is definitely, like, I can definitely correlate to, like, what he was saying to what she was showing and proving. So, like, I mean, this guy was on point. So Derek Johnson on Facebook, he's on True Social too.
Okay, cool.
But he spews a lot of facts, and if anybody listening wants to hear that video, like, I can send them the link to it. But just let me know. But it's like I've been following it for 2.5 years, so I already knew most of it, and just kind of reiterating it is gives me pumped up because I'm so ready for this fucking movie to end.
Yep, yeah, no doubt. And listen, our far left liberals, and our far right, wackos, guys, it might not be the video for you, but this is free talk. We have to figure this out.
Yet it might be, because like, if you really want to know, or because this is the problem, John. This is the problem. So no matter where you're at, no matter where your mindset is, a lot of times people get locked in, and honed in on one spot. Yep. And you're not like checking out. Like, this is fine. If you believe this right here, that's fine. Believe that. But don't be closed-minded to hearing this, and this, and then make your own judgment. Don't let mainstream media or Jon Koga or Danny Kaye or whoever, don't let them make your mind up. Do your own research. And like we've said before, you've got Google, you've got DuckDuckGo, you've got Dog Life. You've got all these other places where you can, like, research the research. You can find things, and you don't have to just like hone in on this one person or this one ideal. Like, you fine, believe that, but go out. And same thing with fitness. A lot of times people come up and be like, I've asked 5 different people, and I get 5 different answers about how to increase my bicep, or how to lose my belly.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get maybe you're going to get a couple of different answers. You're going to get, because what works for me might not work for John, might not work for, Mary Sue. But to the same point, and it's okay to get a shit ton of different aspects and ideals. But what you need to do is figure out which one resonates the best with you, right? So if number 3 resonates the best with you, try that. And again, like with fitness, I always tell people, if you got 5 different things, pick one that resonates the best and see if that works. And that might work for a little while, and then it might slack off. And then you might go, you know what? Now it connects with one of the other ideals, where maybe you weren't up to par yet to that one, or maybe your mind wasn't connecting with that yet. And now that you've gotten so far in your fitness journey, now that one makes sense, and you grab a hold of that one. But when you try and take like 50 million different people's ideals, and you're going to get confused, right? So, but it's good to listen to different things, but you want to still, like, hone in on the one or the couple that resonates best with you and your thoughts, your ideals, your authenticity. And then you go from there. Don't believe what someone else, because if I said, John, right now, if you go outside and look, it's literally raining cats, dogs, and bunnies, and if you take me for serious and you don't go out and check and be like, Danny, there's cows coming down. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, but so many times people take what someone says and because it's like your governor or a newscaster or whatever, or like us, a professional. Sometimes we get it wrong, you know what I mean? Like, but take what we say, and if it doesn't, that doesn't sound right, let me go check myself.
Yeah.
Do your own research, do your own homework, man. Like, don't take someone else's
Yeah.
thought and make it yours, and you're like, ooh,
You got to have an open mind, guys. And I got to tell you, about a year ago, when all the thick of all this shit was going on, and we'll get to what's going on right now in the state of affairs that we're in with all the stuff that's going on in the economy. But like, I used to say, oh man, I want to start this party called the Common Sense Party. The only problem with that is everybody's common sense is interpreted differently. So like, what you think is common sense for me might not be common sense for my neighbor. So it's like, okay. But think about it logically and common sense. Like for instance, they passed this bill about paying for education. Now I'm educated. I have, degrees. I never once preached and promoted. I know people that make my brain, and I'm not as dumb as you might think, okay, look like a freaking pea compared to somebody that never went to college, okay, that can tap into a part of their brain without might have dropped out in 9th or 10th grade. So I don't believe any of that. I'm an advocate, and I do push, and I'm going to push it to my kids as well. Yes, go to school, learn, read. You gotta, you have to keep your mind active. Your mind is a muscle and an organ as well, and you have to make sure you keep it active, and trained. So the point I'm trying to make is that, like, you have to be able to decipher and, like Danny said, digest it, differentiate the content, what do you call it? You're getting the material you're getting, and digest it and see what makes the most sense. Like, to me, the point I'm trying to make is that they pass a bill where these student loans are forgiven. Listen, for certain people like that, really, like, how could you say under 400? Like, somebody's on welfare, or somebody's dad is a paraplegic or mom is a paraplegic veteran in a wheelchair. Okay, and you can't. We should have a program for them, and we don't, not for the child, for them to help assist in paying bills and educating themselves. But guys, you got to understand something. This isn't free money. All this bullshit pandemic, it's not free. It's coming out of anybody that makes a hard living, and you got to pay a tax at the end of the year. It's coming out of our paycheck. Don't let anybody fool you. It's got to come from somewhere. They're not going into the cash machine and reprinting money. It's coming from I don't care what party you follow. Don't be a dummy. Have common sense. I know Mary Jane got $10,000 off her loan. Go work, Mary Jane. Go pay off your loan like I had to do, all right? But it's not free, folks. The money, the fringe benefits, the perks, the handouts, it's coming out of our pockets eventually, kids. Trust me, boys and girls, it's not free. This is free talk. That's not free. Tied that in nice.
Yeah, well, since we are watching a movie, he can't do anything.
Yes, well,
he's not really doing anything.
That's right.
So, it's just to wake people up. It's to piss people off enough that they wake up and be like, you know what, this isn't right. But
Dave, we got elections coming. I mean, and I sincerely mean this on both sides. On both sides they call it the aisle. I'm not going to tell you what I call it. On both sides, but it's like, guys, if you were a diehard Republican and you voted straight up Republican, and there's something you don't like, and if there's something on the left side that makes more sense in your heart, Danny was a Democrat. You guys are entitled. That's the beautiful thing about this country. We're not here to twist your arm and say become X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and T, I should say, for Danny's T-shirt company. But you gotta get out there, and I'm gonna sound like freaking Lizard. What's her name? Lizard, the one on the MTV Award. She wore a garbage bag last night. Lizard.
I don't watch them because they're all.
I saw it on the feed. Lizard. She wears Lizard. She's the big. She's
Lizzo.
Okay, Lizzo. She wore a big garbage or a parachute, I should say. I'm not here to chastise, and I'm bringing her up because she, do it in a way where let people make their decision. If you're on the left, you're on the Democrat, registered Democrat, and you just in your heart of hearts, you're like, this shit doesn't make sense to me anymore. I can't keep supporting and backing up, because the hardest place to hit somebody is in their wallet. And if you're not getting hit in your wallet where you're a Democrat and Republican, there's got to be change, guys. You can't, the Trump, whoever came up with the term Trump derangement syndrome, I hope they trademark that, because that freaking, that slogan this, the man could cure cancer, and whether you like him or not, there's nothing they're ever going to agree on. And there's some people that feel the same way about Grandpa Sleepy Joe. You got to decipher things and digest things on your own. And if you make a conscious decision on what's right and wrong for you, not for Danny, not for me, you got to live with it and you sleep with it. You got to be happy. But just to join a bandwagon group of people because they hated 45 or they hated La Bamba, whatever. You can't base your life on that, because then you're going to follow your whole entire life. You're going to.
Well, I will tell you what's supposed to happen. Apparently, like when this movie ends, there's not going to be any parties. So you're going to be voting for the person that best fits. Because you go back to the Constitution. You
Guys,
go back
just
to
for the record, I love this side of Danny. Go ahead, Danny.
When you go back to the constitutional law back in the day, when we were following it completely to the T, there were no parties. You just voted.
Yeah.
So
and for those listeners outside of the United States, drop us a comment. You probably think we're effing crazy.
No, they know more about the real United States than what the United States
That's
people
true.
do.
That's true. And maybe it's going on in your country, guys. Just let us know, especially in the socialist countries, the Cubanos and whatnot, and China. I think we're actually in China. Crazy as it sounds, I think we have some listeners and subscribers in China.
Because
so
I will tell you,
Sheshe. Go ahead, Danny. That means thank you in Chinese.
I don't even. God bless you.
That means.
But I will tell you, like one of the ladies that I follow, Mel K, which I would love. I want to meet her so bad. But she actually goes to like the different countries, like their news and stuff like that, to get what's happening in the United States, because these guys aren't telling us. These guys aren't telling us the truth.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
So again, thinking outside the box and going to different resources and then piecing it together and seeing what resonates and what sounds right and what doesn't sound right, and and then using your own discernment.
Yep. That's for sure. So last night I stumbled upon I love the guy. I don't give a shit what party you belong to, but Greg Gutfeld is. How many of you guys watch Greg Gutfeld at 11 p.m. on Fox?
Never heard of him.
Danny, Google it. You don't know who Greg Gutfeld is? You'll pee yourself.
I haven't watched the news.
You're gonna watch
in
Gutfeld.
2 years.
Danny,
I get my news from other places.
Just so no, he's an opinion guy. He has a talk show.
I know, but I'm just saying, like I refuse. I refuse to give the ratings to any of the mainstream media people.
Stream it, check it out, because so does Gutfeld. He doesn't. He first of all, this one shout out, because he's kicking everybody's ass. All the Kimballs and the Jimbo Kimballs and the Noah's Arks and these other late night freaking guys that have their own talk shows on mainstream media. This 11 p.m. time slot is crushing all of them. The guy is absolutely hysterical. And last night I brought it up because Jim Brew, who's a Long Island guy, the comedian Jim Brew, who's freaking hysterical, was on last night. So if you guys watch Gutfeld, you guys got to drop us a comment, because you got to watch him. Put him on. I don't care if you're a Democrat or you got to watch Greg Gutfeld. He has every single one of his shows, Danny, is a version of Free Talk. He holds nothing back. He makes fun, and he's a little small, scrawny guy who we don't know if he's bisexual or gay, although I think he makes fun of everybody, including himself. You guys, I'm plugging Gutfeld because I want to get tickets actually to go on his show. But check it out, Gutfeld, man. You want Free Talk? You like Free Talk? You'll love the Gutfeld show. Anyway, we got some plugs today. I'm exhausted. I think I need a cigarette.
What the fuck?
So Danny, what do you got? Give us a good reveal on something you haven't discussed. Anything good? Any reveals you got?
The boxing. That's my only reveal is the boxing right now.
All right, cool. Hey, listen. So let's talk Sizzle real quick. Let's plug something on Sizzle while we're doing all these plugs.
What are we plugging?
Sport
is back in. Just to let everybody know, sport is back in.
Let them know about sport pre-workout, Danny. I love this stuff. I'm up to 2 a day now, guys. If you want an all natural, all natural product that's going to give you a kick in the pants naturally and sustained energy, mental clarity, mental focus. You don't want to put all the 30, 60, 90, 220 grams of sugar and caffeine in your body. Yep. We got a product for you. You got to check it out. It's called Sizzle Sport. I told Danny to do it, and I just said it. That was real nice. Oh, she's holding it up. All right. I love the packaging too, that purple blue Sizzle Sport, guys, check it out. You're gonna love it. Give you a little quick pick me up. All right. I had keep one in the cafe, and my chefs and my chef, because we have chefs, guys. We don't have cooks at the spot. We have chefs. My chefs at the cafe, and my workers, Moro and his son Sandro, they're all taking their Sizzle Sport back there, cooking up a storm for us. So Sizzle Sport's the
So,
real deal, man.
so what's the hours of your place?
We're still in the one location. We're in the soft opening, but we do have multiple locations.
But what's the hours?
The hours are going to vary. So right now we have Tuesdays are off. All right.
Okay.
Tuesdays are closed at two of the locations, and then the ones in the city and the one in Queens by LaGuardia Airport. It's basically from like 7 a.m. in the morning till 2 p.m. Shut down for 2 hours in the afternoon or 3 hours. Open up from 5 till 8 at night. Saturday, same hours, except I think we open at 8, and then Sunday we do a brunch from like 8 to 3 or some shit like that. But
So you got one in the city, like New York City?
Yeah, we have one. Yeah, we have one down on Trinity that's going to be opening up. Same group of people. John Munson, Nikki, and John Munson's daughter, and then we have the one across from the LaGuardia Airport. If you're in the Loft Hotel, check that one out as well. All right, so so it's all good, but food's phenomenal, and we're gonna stand. We started working on our grab and goes on our meal prep plan. So guys, sit tight. We should have some meals when we do the hard opening in September at the one location. We'll be sending. We're gonna get our packaging down, our hermetically sealed. We're gonna be doing our meal prep plan. We're gonna launch it off with Danny because Danny's gonna be our partner in that. So for those of you down there in Westminster, Maryland, we're gonna get ready and get you guys some really, really amazing gourmet, healthy, not just looks good. And we're trying to tell you that it's healthy, really good, healthy, top quality, top ingredient, premier product, meal prep and grab and go. So excited to bring that Koga Clean Eats to you guys in the near future. So it's gonna be good. That's all I got, Danny. Oh, that's all I got. Normally we're starting at 2. Now we're gonna finish it right now. That's pretty damn good,
Yeah.
What else? What else we got? I got a couple of certifications. For those of you guys that don't know, Koga, check it out. Got to plug Koga, KogaFit.com, KOGAFIT.com. We're starting to launch our certifications. Also, yes, Danny, forgot to tell you. So I'm going to be speaking to this guy. Is it Matt's? No, it's not Matt's wife. It's one. George. This guy George who's involved with all the restaurants. He does a lot of the IT stuff. He does a lot of electrical. He does anything, kind of sets up everything for us. His wife, Paloma, is going to be. Well, I talked to her about finally doing an app for us, Danny. So she can build apps and whatnot. She's going to be doing the infrastructure on our POS, point of sale, and our QR codes for the cafe. So had a good conversation with her, which I'll follow up with you, so we can finally launch this app out that we've been talking about for a few years. But that's a whole nother conversation on what happened with that. So those of you guys remember, we were hot on doing our app, and then we kind of hit a little stumbling block. We don't have to mention any names, but in life you adapt and overcome, and we're going to do that. So we should be having this app.
And everything happens for a reason. So it's like,
true.
Again, people get so like stuck on like like, oh man, this happened like 5 years ago, like blah blah blah. But you know what? You are who you are. Like I love who I am. I'm grateful that my father left when I was 1. I'm grateful that my father's an alcoholic and a drug addict. I'm grateful that I got the addiction gene. You know what I mean? Like and people like, why? Like, you stupid. Like, because it's made me who I am, and I've conquered through that. Like, I'm not obviously, I'm an addict, but I'm not laying in a ditch somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I conquered through all of that, and it's made me who I am. And so like, instead of complaining about like what y'all been through and the tough times and everything, the tough times is what makes you and or breaks you. You know what I mean? Like, so you could sit in there and complain about it and wallow in it, and 5 years later you're still complaining and wallowing in it. Or you can take that, people say like, keep every time you throw a brick at me, I'm using it to build a foundation. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I did. Like, keep throwing the bricks at me, and I'm just building, steps to get out of the hole. Right. you know, I always, my saying is, you know, what is the lemon thing?
Make lemons lemonade.
Yeah,
Get lemons.
when life throws you lemons,
Make
make
lemonade.
orange. No, 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 no,
Make,
no. I
make
say
something different.
when life throws you lemons, make orange juice and let the world figure out how, or ask you how in the hell you
I
fucking did
love
that.
that.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
So it's
great.
like, you know, like throw me lemonades, I'm gonna make orange juice, and you'll be
Yep.
like, how the hell
Yep.
did you do that? Because like, you know, you it's not like I want all of this, you know, bad negative stuff coming at me, but it, you know, and it's a cliche, but it's one thing that totally, if you sit down and you think about it, 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you respond, and respond, not react. Because a lot of
Great
times
comment.
people
Pay
react,
attention, guys. Some of you need to hear what you just said
right?
again.
A lot of times people react to situations, but when you can sit back, think about it, breathe, and respond, then
That's the word of the day.
you've got a clarity. So
That's the
react and
word of the
respond are
day.
two different things, right?
Word of the day.
You know, so like you just, so when life throws you lemonade or lemons, make orange juice and make the world figure out, ask you how the hell did you do that? You know?
I would make cherry lime Ricky, but that's for another conversation.
Okay, you know, you can
Uh,
make whatever the fuck you want, because guess what? You can identify as anything.
That's right. You know what, Danny? We're free to do what we want. Let's close it out. All right, guys,
All
listen.
right.
I said enough. You tired of hearing my
Yes, you
annoying
did.
voice?
Good Lord, I'm tired of hearing you.
I know I'm tired of hearing my annoying voice, man. I'm going to be the first one to tell you. So, if you guys are still there with us listening and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. You're making this a chart climbing podcast because of each and every one of you guys. All right. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. If we offended you, good. We wanted to. No, joking. If you got offended, listen, we got to check ourselves. I get offended by things and I say, wait a minute, really doesn't apply to me, but maybe I did
Right.
that. Maybe I act like that. Maybe. So listen, we're here with our opinions. We're here with our freedom of speech. We're here to tell you guys do the same. You want to drop in your comments? My comments, Jon Koga, you're a fat, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm not going to take it off the comments, kids, unless you make an accusation that's wrong, that's false, that's going to cause any kind of any kind of defamation of character. Calling me a fat slob is not going to ruin my career. But don't make accusations on people in life. This goes for everybody, okay? Don't make accusations that you haven't fact checked, all right? And I'm not talking about fact checked on Google. So listen, I said enough. I want to thank you guys, as always, for listening. Thank you to our sponsor, Sizzle, Science, Innovation, Success, Energy, and Longevity, health and wellness company Danny and myself are involved with. Last week we talked about, a side hustle. Many of you guys responded. We're going to kick your business off. We're going to get your business rocking like Danny and mine. Matter of fact, we're going to make ours rock even more. So if you want a side hustle, you want to make a little couple extra bucks on the side, maybe to pay off that student loan that you have, we can help you do that. All right. But listen, as always, I'm going to say one Koga love, Jon Koga. I'm signing off. Double peace for you. We'll give you the double peace sign. And Danny's going to close it out officially for you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Smash the subscribe button, y'all. Share it. Share this. After Jon makes it go public, you gotta make it go public. But go on to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. Share those things, because that's where our podcasts are, and 5 other seasons with a shit ton of other episodes, with free talk and, you know, like definite real information and all that good stuff. So, but at any rate, y'all, have a great rest. I can't even speak today. Have a great rest of your day. Stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated.
You're free, kids. You're free, kids.
Dua Lipa. Free.
Hold me. Free, baby, free. Freedom of speech. But you're not free to give false accusations. Only facts, kids.
Right. And just remember, even if someone offends you, you probably offend other people. So, you know, think
true.
about that.
This is true. I dropped a lot of F-bombs. I took a count. I think I'm at 18 F-bombs on this
I don't care.
podcast. For those, there are people out there to check my F-bombs and they make note of it. So I think we're at 18, but just double check and confirm that I had 18, all right? Any old time. You're free. I'm out. I got to go, Dan. We got places to go. People to see.
Okay. Bye.